Okay. Hopefully you can hear me uh, and able to see my screen here so I can walk you through anything that you need to see visually. Hello, everyone. My name is Sean Anthony Garvin, known as Sean Garvey on the radio and on television, and especially on Soul Dates Live. If you are new to Soul Dates Live, Soul Dates Live is it used to be a show where we bring on single people to compete for a chance to go on a date with the main bachelor or the bachelorette that they're looking to go on a date with. And it's pretty much just like your average dating game show that you have may have seen so many times on television. We can go all the way back to the dating game show, Love Connection, and just so many shows. We're not like Pop the Balloon. I know Pop the Balloon is one of the most popular shows that are out there, dating shows to be exact, out there that a lot of people watch. We're definitely the opposite of Pop the Balloon and the other online dating shows. We're pretty much just a show where we bring a little bit of that nostalgia to viewers that enjoy watching dating game shows. And so for this particular dating game show, I said a few moments ago that it used to be a dating game show. Just to give you a brief history behind Soul Dates Live, I came up with the idea of doing an online dating game show for people that are looking to find love in alternative places that may work for them. These are people that are used to, of course, doing the old school way, meeting people in person, going to different functions, different events to meet a potential mate. And so, with the way the world is now and how everything has shifted to the smartphones and online devices, people are meeting other people in different places, different states, and what have you. And so we wanted to be able to come with some integrity, but also adapt to the new way people are meeting these days when it comes to real life connections. And so I've been doing the show since 2023 and we've had some memorable moments on the show where we would bring on a main dater, a bachelor, a bachelorette, and bring three people. Sometimes it would be one, sometimes it would be just only two, depending on how big the pool is of people looking to come on. And they would go through 3 rounds and ask each other questions about themselves, what their ideal date would be if they were to meet in person for the first time, and just so many questions that were thrown out there between the main dater and the contestants. And unfortunately, there have been some episodes where we had no shows, and we kind of just had to ask the dater or whoever appears on the show questions about their dating life and what they can do differently to change their whole outlook on how they see dating or how they can go about doing things differently in the dating world. And we've had those episodes as well. But now we're going into a different direction with the show in 2026 for the sake of continuity, if you will, continuity and consistency. So to be very frank and honest, we have had people come on the show in the past that either not ready to be in a relationship or they don't know what they're looking for or they don't know what they want. And so we want to have more better outcomes than just some outcomes where um, the two daters that end up matching on the show would actually go out on an actual date and meet in person and be able to um, build together, or it may not even be a serious thing. It could just be a situation where the two people meet in person or they talk on a consistent basis and they develop a friendship. So the baseline of Soul Dates Live back then was uh what you do on the show is what you make it out to be after the show ends. So it's the person's responsibility or the parties involved responsibility to contact each other and to try to take it to the next level if it gets to the next level. But there have been episodes where we would match people and have them exchange numbers. And we haven't had too much follow-ups. We only had one or two follow-up episodes, but it just never materializes for the most part. I would say that there have been one episode involving Jade and Chase out there on the West Coast that actually did match and meet in person. So I would say out of all the episodes that I have done with my team, that particular episode has been our very successful one to this very day. And I'll say that the show that we've been doing since 2023 to 2025, like I said, we've had some memorable moments. Some were better than others, but at the same time, the great thing about it is we brought on people that were not scared to be on camera. These are people who have acted before, who have done some modeling and done other things in the entertainment industry or, in the fashion industry, whatever industry they're coming from, and be able to be vulnerable enough to be on camera, to put themselves in the hot seat, to go through these different segments and be able to just get that airtime and get that shine at the same time for people to see them online and be able to um, have an opportunity to be on a dating show where they could develop a relationship with someone that they never met before. So anyway, for the most part in this video, this is an updated 2026 explainer video to answer some of the questions that I received from people who are interested in coming on the show, but because they're not familiarized with how the show is and uh, the behind the scenes and everything, I think it'd just be best to put together a quick explainer video to answer those questions that need to be answered in a timely fashion. I'm going to go to one user here that asked a couple of questions. I'm going to jump right into her email so that way I could actually see the questions in front of me here. And one of them is, what are my thoughts about timing? And I'm going to try to answer that question the best way I can, to the best of my ability, because that question can be interpreted in different ways. But if you're asking me what are my thoughts about timing in regards to how long the show is, how long the content is, I would say just from our past episodes, the show can be anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, and sometimes we go into overtime, more than an hour, just only a few minutes after an hour, like an hour and some change, depending on how the energy is and how things are going. And also, this is a live taping show. Sometimes we pre-record and there are times where we go live. We usually go live on Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it all depends on not only the energy, the great energy and the momentum of the show, but it also depends on how soon we start the show. We've had cases in the past where people showed up late. We had technical difficulties that needed to be tweaked and worked out before we could actually go live or go any further. And yeah, and like I said, people show up late, even though we give them instructions ahead of time, telling people to be on camera or to at least be in the queue 15 minutes before the start time of the show. We don't expect people to be in the queue for a long time. We just expect people to show up on time or show up as early as possible. So that way we can start the show on time. When people see that our show time is at 9 p.m., they expect to see something at 9 p.m. But when people tune in and watch the very beginning of Soul Days Live, they would see a lower third that states program would start shortly, as a indicator letting people know that the show is going to begin very shortly. Just stand by and be patient with us. And we appreciate people's patience in advance. But to your question in regards to timing, it could be 30 minutes to an hour or an hour and some change, but no more, definitely no more than 2 hours, and not even close to 2 hours because that's too long for a dating show. You know what I mean? Especially people got other things to do and people got to go to work the next morning and all that other stuff. So we try to keep it to a minimum of, between 30 minutes to an hour. If it's only 30 minutes, if everybody doesn't show up or just one person shows up and everybody else doesn't show up, they become no shows, then that would be 30 minutes. But if we do have everybody that show up, it could be an hour. And if everybody shows up on time and that sort of thing, then yeah, it could be an hour. Um, so hopefully I answered that question um, correctly. If that's not what you're asking, please let me know so that way I can answer it better or give you a different answer because I want to make sure that you get all the information that you need. Let me go back here to the same email that I'm reading the question from. This person also wants other information to send on current audience reach would also be helpful. Okay, so Soul Days Live is a part of a network that is a startup network, which is Honey, that you can download the app for free to your Roku TV, not Roku channel, but your Roku TV. And the first 2 years, because now we're in 2026, the first 2 years for our flagship station, Honey, has been the roughest because with it being a startup network and you can ask anybody that's worked in television and broadcasting before that when it comes to a startup network, the first couple of years or at least the first 2 years is the hardest. And so, with that being said, our numbers fluctuate every day, every week in terms of, and I'm gonna go ahead and pause this screen here. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen here because I'm gonna navigate to another page in just a few moments. Um, but our numbers fluctuate every week. And so now that it's 2026 and the consistency is there, we're looking to get our numbers even more increased as we bring in more new content and more new inventory to our platform. So I can share my screen again. Let me get to my YouTube here so I can show you exactly in front of you how many viewers we have on our YouTube channel. So we have a YouTube channel, which is Reach One Network. You can like, share, and subscribe. When you get there, I'm going to go to the YouTube channel now here. You should be able to see it now. Um, okay. So this is our YouTube channel, Reach One Network. Like, share, and subscribe, by the way. And currently, our subscribers on our YouTube channel is 312 subscribers. We tell people that we're about quality over quantity. And what that means is that with our platform, again, it's a startup network, but with our platform, we want to be mindful and careful of the kind of shows and content that we push out there. We know that there's a huge market of people that want to watch sensationalized programming, ratchet programming, and shows that don't bring a level of integrity, if you will, and stuff like that. I mean, that's what people love to watch. Controversy sells. I know you heard that a million times. But for our platform, especially with it being a startup network, the difference between us and them is that we put out quality programming that sometimes you may want to watch with your family member, or you may want to watch with like-minded people that enjoy watching programs and shows that are uplifting, inspiring, but also entertaining at the same time. And that's why we have the numbers that we have, is because again, is quality over quantity. But this year is going to be a great year for Reach One Network and for Honey, because people see the consistency in what we do, and that's going to get our viewership up. So 2026, definitely looking forward to the numbers growing in terms of bringing in the type of traffic that we need to bring in for our platform, Honey and Reach One Network, which are both subsidiaries of Reach One Communications. By the way, just a side note, we do have an online radio station 24/7, as well as a podcast slash radio station that is more talk format. So we do have a talk format station, a music-based station, and these platforms that you see here in front of you, YouTube, Reach One Network, as well as Honey, our flagship station that, again, you can download for free to your Roku TV. That's a different conversation we can have offline for more information, or you can simply email me, reachoncommunications@gmail.com. Now, back to the analytics. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Okay, I had to pause the audio there for a second. So with our analytics, and I'm going to show you this, I'm going to share my screen again. Um, we have analytics on our Honey channel. And if I can get to it, I can show you exactly uh, what we are currently working with at this time. I like to show people information and not just tell them, because I want to have something to back up what I'm saying. So here's our analytics overview for our Honey channel. And because it's the start of the new year, this number that you see in the middle here, where it says total device installs 463 installs or downloads, that's not the actual number. The actual number is over 1,000 downloads that we have had within the first 2 years of establishing Honey. And the same thing goes for the amount of views here, 2,961 and 360.1 total viewing hours. That's just only, this is only the numbers from 2025. This doesn't count 2024 because, like I said, we actually started publishing the channel at the beginning of 2024. So we're going to reach out to our third party to get those numbers from 2024, so that way we can have a total amount of how many downloads we have had over the past 2 years of having Honey on our Roku TV, and for others as well too. Um, the past 7 days so far, we have had a total of 103 views, but total viewing hours, 23.37 total views, and 19 downloads within the past 7 days. So the numbers are growing. We actually have a lot more views, a lot more downloads. We just got to get that updated information from our third party. So that way, once we get all of that information from our third party, we can send that over to you via email so you can see the total amount of viewership we have had over the past 2 years. Um, and then let's see here. Want to make sure I don't forget anything. So yeah, I think that also answers your question in terms of the kind of audience that we have. And also going back to TV startup, I'm gonna share my screen again one more time. Give me a second. As you can see here, our audience are very wide, is very widespread. We don't only just cater to a particular demographic. Um, I like to tell people that our demo is multicultural. So whether you are Black, whether you're Asian, white, or Hispanic, it's a platform for everyone from all walks of life, regardless of what your age is, or well, let me just take that back. Well, Honey is more adult driven because we do have a adult pay-per-view section solely dedicated to an older audience for mature audiences only. And then there's other platforms that you can invite children or invite teens to listen and to watch. And that's another conversation for another day. But our viewership, as you can see on our screen here, so far, and again, this is just the new year information now that we're in 2026. The top locations for viewership is Brazil, United States, and Costa Rica, with Brazil having 30 viewers to watch our content, 27 in the United States, and only one viewer in Costa Rica over the past 7 days. But if I change it to 1 year, United States is actually at the totem pole, at the top of the totem pole with 1,799 viewers. Brazil coming in at second, 412 viewers, and the list goes on and on and on. We have audiences from all different places around the globe: Philippines, Australia, United Kingdom, Costa Rica, Mexico, Colombia, Canada, and Nepal, just to name a few. And we actually did have some viewership in Africa as well too. Um, but again, we're going to be getting updated numbers in the next few days ahead once I get the analytics for the 2 year term that we've been with our third party. So yes, yeah, our viewers, our demo is multicultural. We're not a Black only platform. We're a community owned platform with people from different walks of life that co-own the Reach One Communications brand. And people know me as African American or Black American, if you will, and people assume that, oh, you're just running Black content. No, that's not the case. I'm actually running content from different people from all walks of life to attract a huge viewership of people that are like-minded and want to see quality programming. So yeah, go ahead and stop sharing. And I'm going to go back to the email one more time to make sure that I answered every question and provide as much information as possible. But yes, that's our current reach for YouTube and for Honey and people like yourself, or people that have a huge following. And yeah, people that have a huge following can add more and more traffic to our platform. And I will say that on our social media pages, we have anywhere from over 1,000 people on different social media pages. We have Honey, that is on social media. It's on IG and TikTok. And then my personal page at Sean Garvey ATL. You can follow me there at Sean Garvey ATL, SeanGarvey ATL on Instagram. And Beat Break Radio, Podcast FM now, and Reach One Network Podcast. They all have their different social media pages that are constantly growing. My social media page just happen to have more viewers and more people on there than all those other pages that I just mentioned. only because we're startup, we're growing, and like I said, by 2026, you're gonna definitely see those numbers increase by the end of 2026. All right. So hopefully I answered all of your questions so far in this tutorial video. But like I said, we're going into a different direction in 2026 by inviting couples only. Maybe every now and then, every once in a while, we will bring on daters, but we want to be more couple face to bring people on and give insight and advice to single people that are having issues or trouble managing the dating scene or having trouble finding that one person in the dating scene. And I think that your submission and your story can touch people and can inspire people to change how they view dating and to date accordingly. We get so many people that want to be on the show, but everybody doesn't come on the show. And to be frank and fair, the show is not for everybody. It is not for everyone. Just like Honey is not for everyone, or Reach One Network is not for everyone, but it's only for open-minded people that are looking to spread the message, to bring awareness, and to help people, and to give people some sort of hope that show like Soul Dates Live and couples that come on the show can bring a positive and important message to people to help them in their dating journey. And I'll show you one other video before I end this video. If you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let me go back to my YouTube real quick so I can, in fact, show you. So you know that when it comes to working in the professional field, let me click on the share button here. We I don't know if you can hear the audio or not, but I do have audio playing in the background from the video on our Reach One Network page. Benefited us and took us to the next level, right? So that's a recent episode. I'm gonna turn the volume down. You might not be able to hear the audio, but that's fine. This is from a recent episode of Soul Dates Live where I brought in this couple here, Dwayne and Amira, and they are not married yet. So they're going through the process, but they're not married yet. But they happen to be a happy couple who came on the show and talked about their own life, their own dating life, and the ups and downs that they both went through to maintain a relationship. And it's the same thing with the other show too. I'm gonna show you for example purposes. Let's see here. There you go. There we go. Like this show as well. That's me again. That's my special guest co-host Samantha Goldberg, and this is our couple in the middle here, Joseph and Lydia. Nice enough to come on the show, and I had to switch it there so you can see the entire screen here of the lovely couple. And they were very gracious enough to come on the show to share their marital journey. They are married. They are a married couple. And Samantha was hitting them with some hard-hitting questions. But that's what makes the show interesting and brings people together or bring them closer to each other. So that's the great thing about doing a show like So Dates Live, and as you can see, the couples they are from different walks of life. So we have a lot of diversity in our shows, which I'm very grateful to have because again, it just increases the viewership and the traffic, and we're not limited to just only one demo. We like to be able to have a platform for everybody. And even like this episode right here too. Now we did both a dating game show and also had a couple on here too. That's my friend Monique Davis with her husband, Rashad Davis, based here in Atlanta. You may know them. The person who sent me the email is in Atlanta, so you may have seen them before and whatnot. But Mo and Rashad came on our show and they talked about their marriage from a spiritual and biblical standpoint. Because we do have viewers that do come from that community, and they too were gracious enough to come on the show to drop some gems and some wisdom about how they make their marriage work through the ups, downs, and challenges of being a couple, being a married couple under Christ, So that's one of the best shows I've done with them so far. And I'm trying to see, there's another dating game show too, another episode. Oh, actually, let me pull this up here. Glad I found this one. So, that is the dater, Terry Lynn, because we have had episodes where we brought on couples while the main dater was in the hot seat and looking for a chance to go on a date with one out of the three people that we selected. And we also had this couple, let me go over here too. We had this couple come on the same show as that dater here, and we gave them some time and some space for them to talk about their um, relationship goals and their dating life and how they make it work. And they even provided some advice to the dater, and the outcome was amazing. So if you haven't had a chance to see this episode or the other episodes that I just show you some of the highlights, then you can go back to our YouTube channel and search for Soul Dates Live and check out our episodes in its entirety. But again, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And one of the great things I like about Soul Dates Live too is that we make couples, married couples, or couples that are currently in relationships do a kiss cam. And, and they did one for us too. Let me see. I'm fast forwarding to the part where they did the kiss cam on live. Let's see. Did they kiss? Uh, look. Yeah. Well, it's somewhere in the video, but you can watch it in its entirety. They did a kiss cam for us, which was very, very special. We love that. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop sharing. As you can see, they had a lot of fun being on the show here. So I'm gonna stop sharing, and yeah, that's pretty much what Soul Dates Live is going to be in 2026. And hopefully, you took something away from watching this video, and it just sparked more anticipation and interest in you to want to be on the show along with your spouse. And we look forward to having you on the show. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to email me, souldateslive@gmail.com. Since this is dating based or what have you, we have a email address for Soul Dates Live, which you can correspond with me, souldateslive@gmail.com. Email me, and I will do my best to respond to you as soon as time permits. So thank you for watching, and thank you for taking time to watch this explainer video. It's an updated one for 2026. We have a few other explainer videos that are on our YouTube channel, Reach One Network. Just in case you want to go back and watch some of those videos as well too. We really appreciate it. Thank you for your time and enjoy the rest of your week.